All right, good morning. We are doing our Community Connections weekly meeting. So I have some updates from the chamber. I don't know if the city is going to be able to join us today, but if there are some other, or if there's information that Jason needs to get out, I will update that in the e-blast and then in the Evansville Business Group. If there's anything that I hear from him after this that we need to get out to people. We just had a couple of quick things that I wanted to go through for some items that we're working on for the chamber and some updates for the businesses. And then I wanted to just kind of check in with you guys and see what you're looking for and what you need. So um, we just finished up retail week last week, and we did a restaurant week promotion the week before. We got quite a bit of participation in both of those, which was great. And instead of continuing with the segmented industry campaigns, we have decided to do a Love Local campaign throughout the month. So we're going to be offering opportunities for people to participate and do entries. Some of them will be similar to what we did for the other ones, where if they are purchasing from local businesses, they can get entries. If they are reviewing local businesses, they can get entries. And then we'll have some other items that we're working on internally that'll pop up throughout the month for other opportunities for people to get involved and to participate from a community standpoint. So from a business standpoint, what we're asking for any businesses that are interested in participating, it can be from any industry, is that we are looking for people to send us information about what you have going on with your business, what your open hours are, what you're looking at, what you're able to do right now, any promotions or any ways that people can support your business. So if that's purchasing items, if that's connecting with you, if there are other opportunities that they could do, if there's some fundraising, or maybe it's just getting estimates or getting contractors, or maybe it's business as usual, but you could use some people making appointments rather than just dropping in, or things like that. So what we want to do is that we also really like the videos and the photos of the actual people in the businesses. So if you are so inclined as a business, we'd love to promote your photos and your videos. So of your staff, if there are previous ones that you guys have, or if you want to take some photos, those have been getting a lot of traction on our social media, and our social media in general has gotten a lot of traction over the past couple months. So it's a great way to promote your business, and we do have a lot of engagement from the community that are following and keeping up on what's going on and trying to connect with the businesses that way. So we want to make sure that we are continuing to push that information out. So there will be information going out in an email about the Love Local campaign, as well as in the e-blast, that gives specific things that we'd like to get, just so we can make sure that we are promoting you correctly. But then you can send the videos either by email, by Facebook, or if you post them on your page and just tag the chamber, we can do it that way too. But those have been getting a lot of engagement. I think people are really enjoying getting to know the people behind the businesses, and it makes it a little bit more personal. So we are really looking forward to continuing that. One of the other things that we are doing, because we want to make sure that we are helping businesses in general in the community, and we want to not just focus on just our membership, because we know that there are other segments that are hurting, or people that might not be able to financially join right now but would like to be part of the chamber, is we are offering a 90-day complimentary membership to any business in Evansville area business that is interested. So they can either contact our chamber Gmail, they can give a call to the chamber. We're still working remotely, but my cell phone number is on the chamber voicemail if anybody needs that, so you can reach me that way. Or you can just go to the chamber website, and up in the top corner there's a button that says join. So you can fill out that information, and then we will reply with an email and get you activated in our system. There's no anything that's making you commit to any payments in the future, but we just want to do this as a support during this hard time, to be able to support all businesses. So any business in the area that wants to participate is welcome to do that. And if you know of businesses that may be interested in that, if you can help pass the word along, we'd love to be able to help everybody in there. One of the other things that we are doing is we are working on some opportunities to keep up with our updates page. So there have been some grants that have come out. I think the latest one was specifically for nonprofits, that there is a grant available for community promotion. So we put that information on our page. There's also been some information just in general, like community resource information that we've been putting out there. And the Rock County Loan Program is on there, as well as their coronavirus hub, where they've kind of compiled information. So we keep updating that, and we'll continue to do that. The next thing that I wanted to focus on is that a lot of businesses are going to be beginning to reopen in the near future, potentially. And I wanted to just check in with businesses to see what kind of questions you have, what we might be able to help and provide as resources for that. Because it's not typically going to be business as usual for most organizations, even after the stay-at-home order is lifted. So what we want to do is make sure that we're providing some information for businesses on how to safely reopen. And how to communicate that so your customers are feeling comfortable and wanting to be able to come and support your business in whatever ways those might be. So whether that's expanding your curbside offerings, whether that's operating at a reduced capacity, whether that's having sanitation practices in place that you're publicly showing so that people are aware of that. But trying to make sure that we are helping to be able to get you the information that you need to be able to safely reopen your business. And then we also did do a webinar, which I missed part of it, so I'm going to go back. They did a recording of it. But one of the opportunities for businesses right now, we are a Google Community Booster. We have been for a couple of years, which just means that we have the ability to help people with updating their information on Google in their listings that come up when people search for it. And then some other opportunities of ways that we can help businesses connect with that audience so that your information is coming up accurate, that it's updated with the information that you need. They also have information on how people can use YouTube, businesses can use YouTube and stream information and do that. That's the part that I missed. But I'm gonna get up to date on that. And then if there is interest from our local businesses, we could do a virtual walkthrough of some of that as well. So we could do like an educational session where I could share my screen and answer questions if people are interested in learning more about how to get your information updated on Google. I think that those are the main things that we are working on. As we go through the month, there'll be more things. There's some things that we have in the works that we'll be unveiling throughout the month that we're looking forward to and looking forward to getting more participation. The other thing that I just want to make note of too is that as the chamber, we typically would be getting ready for our VFW raffle that's held on Memorial Day, which is one of our big fundraisers for the chamber. Obviously, that is not able to happen. So, and we aren't eligible as 501c6 for any of these programs that we've been getting information for all of you about. So we are going to be offering some potential sponsorship opportunities for businesses if you are in a position to be able to support, as well as the community. So if there are people in the community or representatives in the community that are appreciating the services that we're offering to the businesses and are able to contribute, we do have a community booster level of membership. I think it's $25 for the year. So if you're interested in just being a community booster, just saying that you are supporting the local community and the local chamber, we would appreciate that. So we'll be putting in more information about that coming out there. Or if there's other opportunities, or if businesses have resources that they want to be able to share with other businesses. So if there's something that you have as a business that you can offer to other businesses and you want us to be able to help make those connections, we are happy to do that as well. So I think that is all that I have. Nikki, I know that you guys have your cruise nights coming up for your first one tonight. Did you want to give some information about what you have going on there and any other things that you have going on with Creekside?
Sure. So cruise night happening tonight, taking it to the streets. So Essentially what that means is we invited all classic cars or cars that would typically come to cruise night to line up in our parking lot. The fire department is going to lead. It's not a traditional parade in that streets won't be blocked, intersections won't be blocked, but we can cruise the city. So all traffic laws abided by, things like that. So I'm sure the cars are going to get split up. But other than that, just asking them to come and gather at Creekside, start there, and then just drive through the town. May is the month that we recognize all of our first responders, EMTs, police department, and in this case, essential workers. So we've asked everybody to make signs. We've got some signs made, and then we've also asked people that are along the route watching if they could make signs as well. We'll have Matt Kozer, who is our DJ volunteer for cruise nights. He will be in a truck announcing our sponsors, thanking them, thanking the first responders, just thanking the city, and hopefully it's just something fun and uplifting people can see. We'll be asking for donations at Creekside from the ones that stop, just throw whatever in a bucket if they want. No pressure there. It's just really, any little source of income we can get. And then we also promoted, just if you're, thinking of Creekside and want to make a donation, you can send it to us. There's really not a lot of opportunity to ask for donations right now, just because we're closed. I think in respect of what the chamber can do to help us, there's not really a lot. I think our biggest concern is once things are open, what does that mean for Creekside? Because we are an event mostly. I mean, even just our coffee clutches and our men's coffee, our women's coffee, our exercise classes, I mean, they're all 20 people or more. So there's the concern there that even that, as a slow, soft opening, those aren't going to be happening for a while, which is going to delay our opening. We were completely booked for June and July in weddings, and most of our Junes have already either picked a different date or canceled. And July is starting to consider the same thing, just because there's so much unknown on whether or not you can have groups of people. So those are some of the challenges. And then we did receive our PPP loan, which was wonderful. The State Bank of Cross Plains made that process super easy, was great. There's a lot of questions around that, just when you can use the payroll, is it for the time, when the funds were received versus, can you pay some utilities that occurred while during the closure, or was it when the funds were received? So we're working out those details with the accounting firm. They're a little unclear on that. The bank's a little unclear on that. So I see a lot of social media, and you don't know what's true and what's not of, okay, I've got a PPP loan, do I even use it, sort of thing. So we're using it. I mean, we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And we're just being meticulous on tracking that. And it's 100% of it's going to be used for payroll for us. And that's part of what our board decided. And that's what the loan is really meant to be. So we're hanging in there. Financially, it's not a great place, but it is what it is. And we're, keeping in good spirits. We're looking forward to getting people back. Any little thing we can do, like tonight's cruise night. Another upcoming event is we're going to have another community dinner. This one is going to be sponsored by St. John's, and we'll ask for donations. Those donations will come back to Creekside, which is nice. The last community dinner, we planned for about 150 people, and we had to turn cars away about 20 minutes after we started. So that was good. It's a free meal. It's hard to plan, to know. I mean, our spaces where we host it, but our caterer did a wonderful job in, trying to figure out what to do. Unfortunately, we had to turn some people away, but now that, helps us for next month to know. So again, it worked really well. People just drove through. We gave them, they donated. If we didn't ask for donations, but they did anyway. So you can't argue. So we're actually using those funds, because when you have curbside pickup, there's extra costs involved with styrofoam containers to go. Those are not cheap. And so we're using them for those extra expenses to do the next one. And that should be coming up. We'll get some information in the upcoming weeks, because that's happening, I think, towards the end of this month. And then as a whole, we're just trying to think outside the box of what we can do for next month's cruise night. But again, like you said, your fundraisers for the chamber, our fundraisers. I mean, cruise night is a huge fundraiser for us. It's just not going to happen. So it's just a lot of planning for what do you do without the funds. So we're preparing.
Yeah. I have been wondering, and maybe we can talk after the meeting or some other time too. I wanted to check in because I know ECP had to cancel their 4th of July festival as well. And so I know that there's going to be a lot of nonprofits that aren't able to get these fundraisers that we normally rely on to fund the organizations. I know we rely heavily on our fundraisers. We get about half of our revenue through those. Creekside, I think you guys have more than half of your revenue comes from these types of things and the events and the weddings and everything that you do. So I think maybe it might be if we can kind of brainstorm some creative ideas that we can be able to do to help each other and to communicate that message out to the community too. If there are ways that people in the community can support you guys, or if you think of anything, please let us know because we'd be happy to get that information out there as well. But I think there are people in the community that are wondering what they can do, and it's great, and we want to continue to support all the businesses. But I think eventually it's going to hit the nonprofits too. So I think we just need to be cognizant of that and making sure that we are putting ourselves in the best position that we can be, and anybody that is able and willing to be able to help out with any of the nonprofits here in town, I think that they're really going to need. Melissa, did you have any things that you wanted to update or add, or how things are going?
Yeah, we don't have too much. I actually just kind of wanted to, I guess, see what was going on with everybody else. I did try to come up for the beer sale at Creekside, but I was at the last of the line and I actually wound up leaving. And then I seen on Facebook that it was gone in 20 minutes or something too, right, that day. So I tried to get me some beer, but yeah, no, we're doing okay here at pharmacology. You know, everybody's still been working, but you know, they're driving their own vehicles, taking different work trucks, going to different project sites. It seems like we're still, you know, have enough work carried over, still getting some calls and stuff, but I just know, like for me personally, it's getting kind of exhausting. You know, the coronavirus and like it was said, even after the orders are lifted, it's still not going to be normal, you know, and it just feels like there's no end in sight. And yeah, just trying I know we're still having a hard time at home and the company here, you know, staying stocked up on the cleaning products, the Lysol and stuff. That's doesn't seem to have changed much yet with, you know, that staying stocked. But yeah, no, just yeah, I've been trying to you know, stay on Facebook and see what's going on with the other businesses and the chamber. Yeah, you guys have been doing great, trying to keep everybody involved and informed, and it's nice to know how all the other businesses are doing and how the community members are, you know, participating and stuff. So that's real nice to see. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, I think it'll be a quick one today, so I'm going to turn the recording off. Thank you guys. If anybody who's watching this later, if you need more information on any of the information that we had talked about here, or if you want contact information for any of the things that we have, let me know. And we'll try to include the contact information on our presentation as well. But thank you all.